He was left to die, until one man refused to walk away. What happened next changed a lion's fate, and a man's life forever. In the heart of southern Africa, where the land cracks under an unforgiving sun, a single decision can mean the difference between life and death. Deep near the central Kalahari Game Reserve, one of the most brutal environments on Earth, a German wildlife veterinarian named Dr. Marcus Reinhardt carried out his daily patrol. For years, he had driven these endless dirt roads in his aging pickup truck, armed with medicine, water, and hope, responding to silent emergencies scattered across the wilderness. Antelopes caught in snares, elephants weakened by drought, leopards wounded in territorial fights. Even lions, Africa's kings, had crossed his path before, but nothing prepared him for what he would find on that scorching November afternoon. The discovery that stopped time. The heat was relentless. The wind carried dust instead of relief. As Marcus approached a dried-out watering hole, something unnatural caught his eye. A large, golden shape, perfectly still against the pale earth. At first, he assumed the worst. Then he stepped closer. It was a full-grown male lion, so thin that its ribs looked like they might tear through the skin. Its mane, once proud and heavy, lay dull and lifeless. Its breathing was shallow, barely there. Marcus knelt beside the lion and gently placed a hand on its shoulder, expecting no response. That's when the lion opened its eyes. Not with aggression, not with fear, but with a look that didn't belong to a predator. It was the look of a soul asking not to be abandoned. No signal, no backup. One choice. There was no phone signal, no backup team, no immediate rescue. Just a man and a dying lion in the middle of nowhere. Marcus took a single photograph and sent it through a flickering satellite connection to the rescue base. Then he made a decision that would change both of their lives. He stayed. Using emergency equipment from his truck, he inserted a needle into a fragile vein and began administering saline, drop by drop. Low-dose antibiotics, pain relief, a thermal blanket to protect the lion's failing body from the cold desert night. Darkness fell. Marcus turned on his headlights and sat beside the lion, all night long. The lion didn't resist, didn't growl, didn't try to escape. It simply breathed, slowly, like the wind moving over sand. Marcus rested his hand on the lion's back and whispered, "If you still want to live, trust me." A name and a promise. By dawn, a weak signal finally broke through. A distress call reached the wildlife center in Mon. A helicopter would be dispatched. Marcus monitored every breath, every temperature change, refusing sleep as if guarding a fragile flame. He gave the lion a name, Aslan, because even in his weakest moment, he was still a king. The flight between life and death. When the rescue helicopter arrived, the paramedics fell silent. They had never seen a lion so severely emaciated, yet still alive. Aslan was carefully placed on a stretcher. Fluids continued. Marcus held the 4 bottle steady throughout the nearly 300-kilometer flight, never letting it shake. At the Mon Wildlife Hospital, Chief Veterinarian Dr. Naledi Dubé delivered the hard truth. The damage was severe. Spinal trauma, muscle atrophy, no reflexes in the hind legs. Even if he survives, she said quietly, he may never walk again. Many would have stopped there. Marcus didn't. Then we give him one last chance. 8 hours of hope. The surgery lasted 8 long hours, aiming to relieve pressure on Aslan's spinal cord. Afterward, he was placed in intensive care, fed intravenously, monitored constantly. Marcus took a full month off work. He slept on a folding bed outside the enclosure, fed Aslan meat porridge mixed with electrolytes, spoon by spoon, spoke to him, played soft music, recorded his voice so Aslan would never feel alone. 3 weeks passed. No movement. Then one morning, Aslan's tail twitched. Dr. Naledi burst into tears. The fight back. Physical therapy began immediately. Stiff muscles were stretched, reflexes tested, nerves encouraged back to life. Aslan never resisted. His eyes always followed Marcus. 2 months later, a moment no one believed possible happened. Aslan stood, shaking, unsteady, but standing. His first steps were captured on video and quickly spread across the world. From a dying shadow in the desert to a symbol of resilience and trust, a bond beyond instinct, Aslan became gentle during recovery. If Marcus touched his hand, the lion would respond with a soft kitten-like sound. No growling, no aggression, only recognition. When Marcus left the room, Aslan watched him go. Even the nurses struggled to hold back tears. They had never seen anything like it. The walk that changed everything. One early morning, Aslan walked out of his enclosure. He gently grabbed Marcus's shirt and turned away, as if asking him to follow. They walked nearly 3 kilometers through dry forest and thorny brush. Then Aslan stopped. Ahead stood a pride of lionesses, gathered around their cubs. The lionesses tensed, then recognized him. Aslan let out a deep, calming sound. A friend, not an enemy. Marcus stood frozen, witnessing a moment that felt unreal. Aslan wasn't just returning home. He was introducing him to his family. A legacy that saved many. Marcus immediately reported the case to international conservation authorities. An emergency drought response program was launched. Water trucks, drinking stations, protected zones. Aslan walked freely between the pride and conservation teams, a bridge between two worlds. Images of him spread globally. Millions were moved. Botswana became the heart of a renewed conservation movement. The final goodbye. Years later, in 2019, Aslan did not wake up. He lay peacefully in the tall yellow grass. Marcus held him one last time and whispered the same words from the desert. Aslan was buried near where they first met. The headstone read, "We trusted each other." Why this story matters. Aslan was more than a lion. He was proof that animals feel, that trust can cross species, that one person's refusal to give up can change the world. If this story moved you even a little, please like, subscribe, and share it, because stories like this deserve to live on. And so does hope.